Alrighty, what's going on, guys? It is Killer Drone, and welcome back to the Killer Drone channel. Today, we're going to be covering more Fortnite. In particular, we're going to be covering walls and resistance inside of the game. So basically, let me run you guys through some of the tests. So what we did was we tried to determine exactly how the AI reacts to different walls and wall resistances. What we did was we tested the types of walls, how they tracked to each wall, and then also how the sandwich system, if you guys don't know what that is, I explain it in the video, but we go through how resistance behind the walls and how many things they have to go through actually affect the AI. And some of it that a lot of people have been treating as fact doesn't exactly hold up in all of the tests, and you guys will see that here in just a minute whenever I start rolling some of the clips, but it was very interesting, and some of the AI is very, very odd. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, but let's go ahead and let's just roll with some of the tests. Alrighty guys, so for our first test here, we're actually going to be testing the health of the wall. What we're going to be seeing is we have a wood wall here that is level 2, we have a wood wall here that is level 3, and another wood wall here that is level 3. The purpose of this test is to see that the zombies are not actually going after a specific material like wood, but they are instead going after the HP. As you can see, this has 630 HP, this one has 980, and this one has 980 as well. So if my theory is correct, they should go directly to this 630 wall and primarily focus there. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to let these guys know that we are ready to go. Okay, so these guys are going to be coming through here very quickly. They should knock this wall down very, very quickly. Notice how they target. So here we go. They're going to start. Notice how they target and how they pathfind. Watch this guy here. They should all target the weakest point. And there we go. They're all going to fill up that wall first. And then after this wall's filled up, they're going to go to the next weakest wall, which will probably be this wall here. Yes. See, they're going to overflow to the other walls. But the second that they break through that weakest point, they're all going to flow through. All right, so that is our first test done. Let's go ahead and let's move on to some other testing. Okay, so based off of our original tests, my theory still stands that they are going to target the lowest HP wall. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that they're not attacking a specific material. So we have a tier 1 metal here that has 560 health. We have tier 1 brick here that has 420 health. And then we have a tier 3 wood here that has 980 health. So theoretically, they should attack this brick and not touch the other two until this wall is filled. Let's go ahead and let's see what happens here. This metal should not be touched for the most part until this wall is filled, and then this wood should also not be touched. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get these guys to go ahead. So we're going to have a couple of seconds that we have to wait here. But make sure that you pay attention to their AI here, because they should not target me because I'm going to be out of their line of sight. And they should go directly toward that brick right there. And they should break through that first before they try and touch the other two walls. Now, once that wall is filled, if there's too many zombies, obviously they're going to overflow like they did last time. But theoretically, that wall, that brick wall, has the lowest HP, so they should attack there.
The fort is falling.
Okay. That is very interesting. That does not seem to be the case, so my theory does not stand. Okay, that's very interesting. So it looks like they might attack a little bit by tier. That's interesting. Let's do some more testing. It doesn't look like HP is quite the answer, but maybe there's more things involved here that we need to test. So let's go ahead and let's move on to another test. Okay, so that last clip was not something we actually intended on. We thought that this was going to be completely based on the HP of the material that they go to. So what we think is happening here is they're going to choose the weakest point unless all of those points happen to be close to health. So what we did here was we took this here, this is tier 2 metal, and we made it 990 health. This here is brick, and it is also tier 2. It is full health, 945. And then we have our tier 3 wood still here at 980. So all of them are in the 900s, and what we're thinking now is that they're going to attack all three. We're not sure about this, but we're trying to see if tier does play a factor into this, or if it's strictly based off of if the health is close enough, they'll attack whatever is the weak points, not just one specific weak point. So let's go ahead and let's give it a test, and let's see what we can come up with. Now, again, all of these don't have the exact same health, but they have very close health. So what we want to see is, do they attack all three walls now, regardless of tier? Is it just like is it close enough for all of them to attack all of it and see that entire wall as a weak point? So they should be coming now, and let's see exactly what the AI does here. Okay, here they come.
Getting reports that your fort has uninvited guests. Go 86 them.
Okay, now that is very interesting. It looks like they are targeting all of the walls. So it must do an entire area as a weak point, not just one specific HP. That's very, very interesting. Okay. Well, we're learning new things. Let's continue doing some more tests. There's a lot here that we can learn still. All right, I'll be back in just a second. All right, guys, so in the last clip, I actually had a theory that the way that the damage and what the Husks attack is actually based off of multiple weak points, and they target the weak points instead of just one specific weak point, being one specific wall. So what we're actually going to do here is the other guys here, Alliance and Blackbeard, actually had another theory, and that's that they were going to attack the weakest wall first, and that's why it came down first. So what we did here was we actually put a tier 3 metal wall here, so it's the strongest wall possible, and then we put a damaged wall here, and then we put a fully tier 1 not damaged wall here. If their theory is correct, they will go directly through this wall, and we will see exactly what happens. So I'm going to give them the go-ahead. So if their theory is right, the Husks should attack the most damaged wall, and it'll still be based off of some type of HP, but there must be some type of average for weak points if this is the case. So let's go ahead and let's see exactly what happens here. They should start spawning here in just a second. And here we go. Let's see exactly where they go.
Fort's taken on Husk.
Okay, so that is very interesting. It looks like there was one anomaly, but that is obviously a siege Husk, so he's going to try and take down the harder walls anyway. But the rest of these guys all went to the weakest wall, so it does definitely look like HP is playing a major part in this, but we're not sure exactly what part it's playing in it yet. What I think is happening is the game somehow calculating an average of the entire build and seeing that these multiple blocks are weak spots instead of just one particular point is a weak spot. We're going to continue to do tests here and see exactly if I'm correct or not, but that's what it's looking like right now. All right, guys, so based off of what we saw in the last clip, we have another test set up here now that we're going to go ahead and try. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put a tier 2 wood here, and it has 563 health. And then on this metal side here, we have a metal that has 538 health. So the health is actually pretty close. So here's another theory that we have. The theory is that because this one is damaged more for its overall health, they may go here because of its overall health, it has a more percentage being damaged than this wall, which has a very, very small percentage damage taken out of. So if you look at the health bar, this one has a very little sliver that's taken out of its total health, whereas this one has a bigger sliver that is taken out of its total health. So theoretically, if it goes by damage percentage, then this wall, this wood wall here, will be attacked first. So let's go ahead and let's give these guys the go-ahead. And don't worry, we will be testing my theory here very soon, in which we expand these walls and we see if they target specific points or an entire weak point. I actually have a small idea of how we can do that, but the testing may be a little bit difficult in order to actually grasp. So let's see exactly what happens. So here they come. If their theory is correct, they will go toward the wood wall. Very, very interesting. So this wall had more health, but because it had a bigger damage percentage taken out of it, they flowed toward that wall. That is very interesting. Okay. All right, well, let's go into the next clip and let's do some more testing. Okay, so we're now going to test my theory of multiple weak points instead of one weak point. So let me explain a little bit of what I mean by that. If there is a singular weak point, I think that they're going to go to it. So if this side is metal 3 or tier 3 metal, and then this side is tier 3 metal, obviously they're going to go toward this wood in the middle. But if there are two woods of equal value, and then there is metal on the side or something of higher value, they're going to recognize this and this as an entire weak point, as one big weak point, and they're going to attack both equally. That's the theory. Let's go ahead and test it. I'm going to give these guys the go-ahead. All right, so once again, just reiterating my point, we are going to watch and see, theoretically, based off of my theory of multiple weak points, they will attack both of these wood walls equally, and they will funnel to both of them. If my theory is incorrect, they will probably damage one and then continue to damage that one until it's down. I don't think that that's going to happen, but we'll have to test it. All right, here they come. Let's see exactly what goes on. So that one is going there. Okay, so yes, they are attacking both of them equally. That's exactly what I thought they were going to do, and then they'll overflow to the sides. Okay, that proves my point of multiple weak points. So what it looks like they do is they take an average of an area, and if that average is lower than everything else around it, that is going to be sectionalized, I guess, as a weak point. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's move into some testing of multiple walls backed into the same tile. Do they actually recognize that? So let's go ahead and let's do some more testing. Alrighty guys, so due to time constraints, I'm actually going to end this video off here. We do have some more testing that I have clips of, but I don't want this video to be ridiculously long. So what we've learned so far is we know that the Husks actually attack multiple weak points. We know that they take damage percentage into account, and also we learned that HP does play a factor, but maybe not as big of a factor as we thought, and you'll see that in the next video as well. Be sure to check back here tomorrow on the channel, and we will cover the sandwiches and exactly how resistance we think work in the game. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead, leave a like. If you did not, go ahead, leave a dislike. That's fine with me. As well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.